Hello everyone, it's Max McAllister here from Traxxion Dynamics, and in this video I'm going to show you how to trim and fit the rear fender extension from Goldstrike to fit your trailer hitch or to fit more than one setup. So the particular owner of this bike is potentially going to tow a trailer, but he's going to do the bulk of his big adventure, which I have found out is 10 back-to-back True X's, which is 10,000 mile days piled on with some sort of extra point. So he's going to be doing 11,000 miles in 11 days, back-to-back 10 times, with, I guess, a day off or something in between. So how's that for a long-distance record of total insanity? Anyway, so he's going to work with a packet rack the bulk of the trip. So So we got obviously two different types of devices that are going to be on here. This is a Rivco hitch on the back of this, and that's the actual trailer hitch. But let me show you. We're going to go in here where I've been cutting on this fender, and I came up with something slick. If you remember, it has pre-scored areas for you to cut out for depending on what you're towing. And in the case of the packet rack, it didn't have, they weren't anticipating this at Goldstrike, but maybe hopefully my buddies there will see this, Lance and the guys, and they'll add some scores down here to accommodate the packet rack. So the packet rack fits, if you happen to have one, if you have it on the highest setting, which it's got like 1 inch up or 1 inch down, but on the highest setting for the most ground clearance, you will cut away the width of it and then cut out one of the first block, and it will fit so perfectly like that. Now for the Rivco hitch, it sets up higher in the up higher in the mud flap, and so you got to cut away some of the stuff. But I've come up with something that is just super cool. I'm going to show you. But first I'm going to show you cutting through that thick rubber is hard. It is very tough, thick, durable rubber. I mean, this is like 18-wheeler mud flap. So the trick you want to do, you need a sharp razor knife, and you want to cut starting from the edge of the groove, cut from the edge of the groove and pull towards the center line, okay? Pull towards the center line and follow it. That way, if you're going this way, if your razor knife takes off, you can slice out into the fender and ruin the cosmetics of it. So what we're going to do is I'll show you just how hard you need to really get after this. So push it through. This is how hard you got to cut. And then pull that razor knife. Trying to keep control, don't cut yourself. But god dang, it is thick. Now, my super secret tip of the day I'm going to show you is split them down the middle seam, but don't cut them out. Leave them. That way when it's not in use, you'll have this little sergeant stripes pattern on your bike, but the hole will be covered. And I'll show you how it works out when we put it on the bike. So I'm gonna put this on here real quick. Hang on 1 sec. The fender, I'm gonna fit it up. So you just pull these feathers open, and this will give you a couple of different heights depending on what your trailer hitch is. Right, and there you go. So for the Rivco hitch, it needs to be up 3 feathers cut. There is what I'm calling them. I don't know what else you can call them. I am in the right spot. I got it right. But they are a little argumentative. Maybe I need glasses. Yep, I'm in the right spot there. It's stopping me. anything. Oh, I guess I need one more rung. I have to cut the top rung. It just fits too tight. So anyway, the other ones fold in behind it, as you can see, and it'll only use the groove that it needs. But in this case, it might use two. So you actually need to cut all of the grooves up with the. Now I've got the Ribco set to the highest setting. It also goes down 1 inch. Or if you put the packet rack on, I'll show you what that looks like. I actually took the packet rack pin and put it here, put it to the rear behind for the Ribco hitch to get it out of the way as much as possible. And then I used the Ribco pin, which has this flap on it, for down on the packet rack. But they got that nice bolt there to tighten that and keep it from rattling when you're on your final setup. So here's this. And there's one big rubber plug in there that you push to get it to fit. There we go. It's fighting with me, of course. Why wouldn't it? Because I'm making a video. They always want to fight when they're on TV. There we go. One of the little rubber pieces was holding it. There we go. All right, finally. So here, using my system of, which I'm going to say is total genius. When the guys at Goldstrike see this, they should add this to their instructions. Total genius. Yes, I know. You can comment below on how genius I am. I'm used to it. So look, this stays put and gives you the most protection for your packet rack if it's raining, even though your trailer hitch isn't on there. Then if you have a trailer hitch or a trailer hitch on and you're towing a trailer, those flaps will still be there, and you minimize your mess. And then you don't have a giant gaping hole if you're towing a packet rack while you're in packet rack mode. So otherwise, if you cut these all the way out, you'd have a really large hole right there, and water would spray back on your packet rack. So there's my tips on cutting that fender. Let me get my thing telescoped up here. And so that's a really neat feature of the Goldstrike rear fender extension, to be able to do that. And they've got it all pre-scored for you. Like I said, sharp razor knife, cut from the outside edge to the middle, then split up the center when you got the lines cut. And it is really tough rubber, tough pulling, so be very, very careful with the sharp knife. All right, my name's Max. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can hit the join button, and for a couple bucks a month, I'll keep bringing you all this content that hopefully helps you have a greater experience with your Honda Goldwing.